man.
Girl, you were scandalous and I loved it.
Your show is the best show on the air.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
What your ears are about to witness, the greatest queen of all time. Okay, party people in the house.
Turn it up, yo. Turn it up. This is it. Allow me to reintroduce this representing
from west to east.
Just better get it right.
Y'all know the name. Wendy Williams. Been in this game for a while. I hate to brag.
Ain't nobody
It is phenomenal.
like the queen.
Right here.
Who the world is this? So much drama. From yo block to yo block. I heard of the number one female. Been doing this for years.
Every barbershop, beauty salon.
Who the world is this? So much business.
Again and again. Wendy Williams. Bringing your name up. A lot of you haters scared to death. And the show knows.
She at it again.
Wendy Williams.
She in it to win.
Wendy Williams.
She back and she staying.
Wendy Williams.
The ain't playing. I like to present you the winner of the Game Shoot of the Year Award.
Once again.
Introducing the queen.
What's really good? Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience. We're on the radio, so you keep it where you got it. This is where the excitement is on your dial. It's the Wendy Williams Experience.
Hard Bottom Fridays at Lounge 42, the place in Mount Vernon.
Oh, yeah. 107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B and classic soul in the Wendy Williams Experience. Oh, boy, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. The flavor's good, too. Hey, Newark. What's going on, Newark? You can join our WBLS street team in Newark on Friday at PNC. Oh, yeah. At 1170 Raymond Boulevard, the WBLS Hummer will mark the spot at 12 noon, just in time for your lunchtime. Stop by, say hi to the guys in the WBLS Hummer. I think they might have some WBLS goodies to go, too. That's 12 o'clock on Friday at PNC. That's a bank, right? Yes, of course. PNC Bank. The Hummer marks the spot at 12 noon on Raymond Boulevard on Friday in Newark, New Jersey. Here's where I talk to you about LA weight loss. The yogurt that I just had, that's part of LA weight loss. The chocolate vanilla with the colored sprinkles. I've had a big bottle of water. I'm about to order a little tub of tuna fish. You know what? I can eat it with whole wheat bread and whatnot, but, if you tell me that 10 grapes are part of, any weight loss program, because I so much want to really control and really do well, I'll only eat 8. You know what I mean? So if you tell me that I can have tuna fish, lettuce, tomatoes, a piece of Swiss cheese on wheat bread, that sounds fabulous and delicious, but I'll just take a tub of tuna and a fork. That's how I've managed to not just lose weight on LA weight loss, because you can lose doing everything they say, but I want to keep it off for a lifetime. I'm not going back. That's it. If you would love to lose some weight on, as far as I'm concerned, the easiest, most adjustable weight loss program around to your busy lifestyle, call the people at LA Weight Loss, 1-800-448-TRIM. I talked to you already about the one-on-one weight loss counselor. Everybody gets one. They're fabulous. I talked to you about the hundreds of locations. I talked to you about all the varieties of food you can eat. There is no food group off limits on LA Weight Loss. Call them today, 1-800-448-TRIM. It's 1-800-448-TRIM. That's LA Weight Loss, and they're good.
Wait, hold up.
You never met me. You don't know me. You ain't been in my house. You don't live with me. You don't sleep with me. You don't do shit with me, but talk about me. Watch what you say. That's all, baby girl. That's all I'm asking you is watch what the you say.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Okay, because the Wendy Williams Experience is on the radio. Coming up next hour is Advice Hour. And one of the things that I wanted to speak with you during Advice Hour about is Faith Evans. I ran across a piece where she's talking about her phenomenal weight loss. They have a before picture that I swear I never realized that Faith was this big, and she's not big, but I never realized she was this hippie. Faith just never seemed fat to me. She always just seems like, well, kind of like Kelly Osbourne. You know, Kelly Osbourne, I was telling you last week, is getting the plastic surgery and stuff. Well, eventually she wants to get it. She wants to get all done up. She says, look at my mother. Look at the times in which I live. You know, why not? I'm getting everything sucked, everything pulled, and so on and so forth. And I know you're saying, well, look who's talking. I understand. Maybe I didn't need to get it either. But I'm just saying, when I look at Kelly Osbourne, I say, there's nothing disgusting about her. She's got a round face and a soft, feminine, slightly chubby body, but she's not a fatso. She just doesn't look like the Lohans and the Ashley Olsens. And I understand, because that is her world, where the competition might be. And at the end of the day, when she yada 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 about everybody else, one swipe of fatso off somebody's tongue, you know, at Nobu or, you know, one of them Hollywood places, and that'll reduce her to tears. I know. It's a shame. But I look at Faith and I really, you know, however, she lost 60 pounds and she lets her secret out as to how she did it. And I want to talk with you that next hour for Advice Hour, as well as review some of the things going on in you all's life. If there's a little issue at hand and maybe you need an extra opinion, here I am. I got 2 ears, I'll listen. And I'm going to the phone for Advice Hour coming up next hour. In the meantime, today, the results of yesterday's People Poll question are in. Hey, Raven, how you doing, by the way? Okay, yesterday, the People Poll question on the Wendy Williams Experience website is letting everybody know, you know, in New Jersey, they're trying to pass this legislation that'll make it illegal to smoke cigarettes in your car and cigars. Now, once it starts in one state, you know, it spreads to your state too. So this involves all of us. And I just ask, do you agree? 10% of people said yes. 90% of people said no. Okay, so we're on to something here. Now, did you post a People Poll question for tomorrow already?
It's already there.
Okay. I forgot what I said, what I asked. Can we change it?
Okay.
Has anybody gone on the website and responded yet?
Probably. They do all the time.
Oh, well, damn. Let's just go with what's already there.
Okay.
I forgot what I asked. But you know what? The day after tomorrow, it's going to be...
Your daughter was pregnant.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's right. If your daughter, your teenage daughter, was pregnant, would you leave Right to Life or not up to her? Or do you take control of the situation and handle that yourself? Like, baby, you are 13 years old. I'll make the decision, since you couldn't make the proper decision to use some birth control or whatever. Maybe the condom broke or whatever. But if your teenage daughter were pregnant, would you leave the choice up to her as to whether or not she has the baby? Okay. And that's the People Poll question today. Tomorrow I'll give the results here on the radio, but you can go to my website, thewendywilliamsexperience.com. And I got it, Art, just remind me the day after tomorrow, you know, tomorrow's People Poll question, today's is about the if she were pregnant. Tomorrow's question I got to be, is the club the place for a pregnant woman? You know me. I love the nightlife. Ow, I got to boogie. And I can't tell you how often I see pregnant women in the clubs. And I'm just like, okay, you know, I was a science experiment when I was pregnant. You know, I had to lay up in the bed rest and so on and so forth. So let me remove that mentality because, you know, I wasn't going anywhere. I couldn't even go to the damn shop right. And also keep in mind that in a lot of states, smoking in so I still do smell much. And every once in a while, I smell a cigarette.
They don't count.
But most of all, you know, in the club, when they throw on that MOP song, cigarettes be damned. You know, pregnant lady can get trampled up in that piece. An elbow right in the belly. Well, Anyway, and I say all that to say because Britney Spears, they're making a big deal. Britney and Kevin were apparently out on Sunday night in Vegas at this club called Body English. It's a club within the Hard Rock Cafe. And, she was looking cute and so on and so forth. But, however, she's still a pregnant lady in the club. And I know what you're going to say. Well, it depends on what kind of club and so on and so forth. Just your average club. Just, we're not going to make it, whether it's a hip-hop club or a reggae club or whatever. Because the beef can be on at any of these joints. Pregnant lady trying to rush for the fire door, fall down. I don't know. I'm not with it, but we'll do that for tomorrow's question. Here, Art, save that one. Okay. Oh, guess what? The people over at Fox are forcing Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton to work together on Simple Life. Now, see, this will be the best season ever because we'll be watching all the crazy... Hold on. I know. Oh. We'll be watching all their crazy, twisted body language. Well, I already told you several weeks ago that the people at Fox said, you know what, Paris, you might be one of the stars of the show, but it is not your show. And quite frankly, you were the window dressing to this show. It was Nicole's warm, endearing personality that people fell in love with. And we're not giving you the right to choose whoever you want to be your co-star on this show. PWT Kim Stewart is not a part of Surreal Life. I know she's rich, but doesn't she give you that vibe? Just like, ew, real skanky. Rod Stewart's daughter. So Kim's not going to be on the show as Paris Hilton wanted her to be. Instead, they're saying, you know what? Nicole is back in the show. Oh, and I know what you're saying. Have the girls reconciled? Don't bet on it. People are saying that they've barely spoken to each other recently. And the Simple Life 4 does not have a concept, but a possible concept might be the two girls are planning their individual upcoming weddings. That's almost as much drama as being Bobby Brown. Do you think maybe they faked their friendship being over so that we'd watch? Shut up. Because you see how all of a sudden we're interested in a show that we weren't interested in? I don't know. I hate to be fooled. I hate, when people do that to us. I'm still sore over Usher saying he had a baby and then did confessions and then didn't have a baby. TV Guide, do you still read that? Or do you just look at the cable guide on your TV? They're about to relaunch as a larger... Anyway, well, we'll talk about that, but the phones are open. 866-GET-WENDY. And Advice Hour is coming up next hour. I'm going to the phones. Thanks.
Wendy, man.
So, Whitney, is there drug use at this present time?
Who are you talking to?
To you, Whitney. You.
No, you're not talking to me. I'm a mother. Only my mother has privy to that information. You talk to your child about that. Don't ask me no questions like I'm a child. Don't ask me like I'm a child, because I'm not a child, Wendy.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice out.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch this flashback?
The first page of this fax got cut off, but listen to the rest of it. I couldn't believe my eyes. Wendy, my son was giving my husband a professional.
Stab! Ladies! Can't get it! Take the big one, Elizabeth. Come in, Elizabeth. How you doing?
I'm gay. I'm a homo. I like guys. I'm gay. I'm a homo. I like guys. I'm gay. I'm a homo. I like guys.
I'm going home. I'm going home. I've had it. I've had it. I've had it. I've had it.
Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Alrighty. Alrighty, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. Shout out to Ms. Shop 5470. Yeah, girl, I love Blowout on Bravo. And FYI, ladies, D'Angelo will be coming back in the building, but he's leaving Virgin Records and he's going to J Records. Oh, well, hasta la bye-bye. Shout out to everybody over at my label, Virgin Records. Wendy Williams Brings the Heat Volume 1 still in stores. Shout out to Young Jeezy, who laced me with a track for my CD. I do have to tell you, the boy's CD comes out, his own CD, on July 26th. If you don't put that in your changer for the summer, I'm going to come get you. Trust and believe what I'm telling you. Okay, so I got Jeezy in my changer. I got Common. I still have Jill Scott. Not the Who Is Jill Scott, but the other one. The new one. The newest one, which is actually not new anymore, but I still love it. And a smattering of other stuff. But I got to tell you something. That Jeezy, look out for that. That's going to make the streets hot for the summer. July 26th. So it's Advice Hour, and how are you today?
Not too good. Pretty much I'm in a situation where, you have to, don't mind me because I'm at work, but pretty much I'm in a situation where I had to take my daughter's father to court for child support.
Okay.
Hasn't been taking care of my child for 3 years. Most chicks would take him the first time they miss a payment. Waited 3 years, finally got in contact with him, took him to child support. Come to find out he's making like over $50,000 a year, and he's mad because he has to pay me like over $700 a month. So now he wants to take me back to court to have it adjusted, and he's threatening on taking my child away from me. My daughter loves her father to death.
What court is going to grant him custody unless you're over there smoking crack and doing needles? I mean, he's neglected his child for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've got witnesses down. Yeah. The people at the daycare never met him.
I'm smart because I keep a journal of everything.
There you go.
And I'm really, really scared because now, my child, she's scared of him. He's threatened to take her.
How old is it? How old is your child?
She's 6.
Old enough to talk and talk about her no good dad.
She tells people he don't do nothing for me.
Then don't be scared. You've got the truth on your side.
Absolutely,
in this case.
My whole thing is I don't ever want my daughter to turn around and look at me like you kept me from my father.
No, well, you're not.
What I mean?
You're not keeping her from him. But if he's threatening to steal her from you, then he's a risk. And so you're gonna have to talk that over with the courts and the lawyer. And I wish you well.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Yeah, there was no question there. I think she just wanted to vent. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, Wendy, what's up? It's Ruthie in Shreveport.
Hey, Ruthie.
How you doing?
Good. Hi, everybody in Shreveport.
They all love you.
Thank you.
I just have an interesting question, I guess.
Okay.
I got a lot of good things going on in my life, but I also have some complicated things. I'm trying to do my own thing independently, but I just wanted to see, since you are definitely an inspiration to me, I love you a lot. I'm trying to do what I gotta do, but how do you have to get through that day where it's just, you know what I mean? You're in the middle. Things are going good, but then there's things that are threatening to tear it all down. So what's the way that you get through it?
Buy a tube of lipstick, maybe a pretty nail polish, because those are things that make me smile without breaking the bank. I don't know what works for you. Get myself something decent to eat and go home and watch TV and wake up the next day, and hopefully the sun will be out and it'll give me inspiration to fight and stand up and carry on.
Right.
I don't get on the telephone talking to a bunch of people about it, because that only makes me draw out the process. And what I also enjoy doing is driving silently or being just in solitude. If the TV is on, it's just noise in the background. I'm lost in my own thoughts. I hatch a plan, Ruthie. I focus and I hatch a plan.
Right. I mean, I just want you to know, like, I really am trying to. You make me laugh. You make me smile when I'm feeling kind of bad. Your shows are awesome.
Thank you, Ruthie.
I'm doing a radio show too at school, so I'm trying to keep it real on there too. But I shout you up, man.
Yeah. Well, I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
There's going to be a lot of rainy days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but I'm looking for the sun.
Yeah. The quicker you know how to deal with the rainy days, the more you'll appreciate the sun.
All right. Thank you, Wendy.
Stand up and carry on.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello. Hi. It's Wendy.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Nikki.
Are you on the speakerphone, Nikki?
Yes.
Okay, come off the speakerphone. Come close. Go ahead, Nikki. Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, Nikki. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Montgomery, Alabama.
Nice to have you here.
Mm-hmm.
So what can I do for you?
I need some advice about a boyfriend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
We've been together for 5 years, and we have a child together. And we've been going through a lot. He's basically a cheat. Mm-hmm. And we broke up for 8 months because I caught him with a girl in my car.
Oh.
And, well, after that incident, I caught him in the girl's house, and he had my car there. I came in, and me and him got into a fight, and I ended up hitting him in the head with a 9mm pistol. Went to jail, got out. We remained broke up, and for about 8 months, and me and the girl got into it or whatever.
Okay.
And then he seen me with somebody else, and he wanted to come back.
How old are you, hon?
I'm 30.
Mm-hmm. Now, your child is how old?
She's 3.
Mm-hmm. So what's your bottom line question to me?
I'm trying to figure out within myself, and I've been getting advice from others, whether I should be with this man or not, because even after he came back, he has been doing stuff.
Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like you need to move on with your life and get your child support.
Well, I'm already getting child support.
Oh, perfect. Then just move on with your life and welcome to the world of the world is your oyster. You can date. That's your only child?
No, I have a little boy.
Okay, uh-oh. All right, and how old is he?
He's 9.
Okay, and 9. Oh, that's you ain't my daddy. Uh-oh. All right, well, there's a little trouble there with your dates, but don't introduce your dates real fast to your kids. Listen, how do you look? You a decent looking woman?
I think so.
Yeah. So get out there, gussy yourself up. The weekend's almost here. Go out and have some fun as a single woman. Stop stressing over this relationship that has been over. Okay? And be thankful that you're getting what is due to you. So many women complain about child support. At least you don't have to ask him for that.
True.
I mean, he's a serial cheat. You don't want to put up with that. You're 30. Would you like to get married one day?
Yes.
Okay. So it's time for you to put yourself back out there. Now, you already have 2 kids. You might want to zhuzh up your birth control.
Well, my tubes are tied, so I'm not worried about that.
Well, what if you meet a single man? You're a young girl.
Well, you just have to deal with it.
All right. I hear that. Well, be as decisive about ending this relationship as you were about tying your tubes, okay?
Yes.
And I wish you well. Listen, it's not as bad as you think because at least you're getting your child support.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't need that kind of stress in your life.
You're right.
Yeah, those boys, I'm sure, are tough enough.
Yeah, you're right.
I know. All right, take care. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'll take one more phone call. Hello? Hello? Hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. It's nice to talk with you. What's going on? Okay. All right, tell her I said hi. We'll go to somebody else. Thanks. Hello?
This is Wendy Williams.
Yes, speaking.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Is this at Right Caller?
Yes, it is. Can I help you with something?
Okay. So my question is, this may sound a little strange, but I'm really shy, and there's a really cute guy in my job. But I never say anything to him because, like, he's always on the other side, and I don't interact with him. So what should I do? Like, should I drop him an email or something? Like, I don't know. No. You bump into him. Well, not literally. You figure out how you can be more in his zone. Don't put anything down on paper. Nuh-uh. Okay. Not until you know him real well. And even then, be careful about what you put down on paper. Do email blasts when you become Cameron Diaz. They'll want to do you in. You know. Should I just start saying hello?
Of course, girl. You start saying hello and you say it with your head cocked to the side.
He smiles all the time, but I'm not sure if he's married. That's the thing, Wendy. I don't know if he's married.
The only way you find out, because not every man wears a wedding ring, is you got to smile. You got to smile back, and you've got to cock your head to the side just a little bit, and give him a smile with teeth, which is more inviting than a smile with no teeth.
Exactly.
Okay?
No problem. Thank you, Wendy.
You know what? Does he wear cologne?
Yes, he does.
Tell him he smells so good.
I will.
Ask him what he wears. That'll just open up conversation. The smile, the cologne, it should take no more than 10 seconds just for that compliment. If he wants to engage with you, he will hold you for more time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I will never understand painfully shy people like that. I mean, maybe as a kid, when you don't want to talk to that boy on the playground and you sit on the swing and you get your little kids dirty, kicking up dust, and but like as a grown person to have a cutie right there and you're scared to say something and you just I sympathize with that. Hopefully I gave you the right information. I understand you have to walk into the water little by little, but I swear to goodness I will never understand painfully shy people like that. How are you going to be working with somebody who's fly, or be living in a complex with somebody fly, or your favorite salesperson over at the mall is hot and you don't say anything? How do you just, life is so short. How do you just not let... Well, so the thing about Goose operating the board, which is fine, but Goose, you got to keep your headphones on so we don't have a whole bunch of overlap in, because Art has got the sound effects down. These are sound effects for Goose.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying, Goose.
Yeah.
How you doing? Wendy, attorneys don't take 75%. You're the worst. Stay with the gossip and stay away from the important information. Well, I do. But some attorneys might take more than their percentage, depending on how stupid their client is. Am I correct or am I correct?
Yeah.
You might be a good attorney with clients that stay on top of you. You get some of these dumbass rappers and these dumbass, it's real easy to rob them. That's all. Okay, so coming up in the next segment of Advice Hour, we are going to talk about Faith Evans and the weight loss. And I have an article where Faith is actually talking about the weight loss, but I also got my own theories, and I'll share them with you as well, okay? So keep it where you got it. Keep the faxes coming, 866-GET-WENDY. Goose, we don't work off of rolling our hands. We work of 10, 9, 8, 7. He's rolling his hands like I'm supposed to hurry up. How many minutes left in the break?
That's 1.5.
1.5 minutes and he's rolling his hands like I got 30 seconds. Look, there's the signs right there. Hold up the sign.
This says keep talking. It's an old radio thing. What are you doing there? This is new radio.
Yeah, exactly. Hello.
Sorry.
You're talking to Wendy Williams, not Frankie Crocker. Hi, Frankie. I feel your presence right here on your perch. But Goose is still rolling his hands like back in the day. These days that means hurry the hell up.
He's going to give you a nightmare tonight.
No, he usually haunts the studio about this time, but you don't know that yet. That's when you're supposed to press WBLS, and I'm supposed to feel his presence. Oh, Goose.
What a name, Goose.
Exactly.
I'll show you what a wild goose is.
All right, you all, keep it where you've got it. Faith Evans and her weight loss and all that. Coming up, keep it here.
Wendy, man.
Now, my question is about the Kegel. Why is it every time I try to do them, I have an orgasm? Is that normal?
I don't know, but it must be pleasurable. The Wendy Williams Experience. Yo, did you catch this flashback?
This sounds really nice. It's a golf theme for this cruise. Are you going?
Yeah, think about it. Trevor's going, right?
Trev, you going?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hollywood?
Yep.
You bringing Sam to the beach?
Yep.
Wow, he had to look over his shoulder before answering. Are you going on the cruise?
I'll talk to you up there.
Oh my gosh. Are you jumping off with a coworker? Should she already be there?
Why do I keep asking you that?
Well, why is it that all I asked was a simple question? I'm promoting something. All of a sudden, there's this big can of worms I open. I'm simply... Trying to promote the cruise.
We'll talk off the air.
Sidebar. Are people whispering that Trevor's jumping off with a coworker?
There's so much going on out here. I don't know what to believe.
I've never heard this.
Yeah.
Why are you looking down the hall like somebody's about to come down?
Away from y'all.
I'll re-ask the question.
Yes, please.
Art, are you going to be on the cruise?
Yes, I will be.
Trevor Hollywood.
Yes.
Are you going to be on the cruise on Saturday night?
Yes.
Art, will you be going to the cruise alone?
Yes.
Trevor Hollywood, will you be going to the cruise alone?
No.
Art, you'll be alone, so the next question goes to Trevor.
Yes.
Will you be going to the cruise with a member of the opposite sex?
Yes.
Is this somebody that you are currently sleeping with?
Oh. No.
Is it somebody that you will be sleeping with after you...
You want to? No.
Yes, you do, but you're just not saying.
Yeah.
He hesitated.
Yeah.
He's not sleeping with her. He's going to get her drunk on the cruise and slay her down there in Captain Steubing's...
I'm going to watch. Might even join in. How you doing?
Got him. This it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
All right, everybody, it's the Wendy Williams Experience Advice Hours in full effect. Wendy, I've been married for 7.5 years, and until now, I thought we had a great relationship. You know, we share the expenses, spend time together, and spend most of our free time with our 2-year-old. Well, Wendy, last week, I came home for lunch to get something I left and needed for an afternoon meeting. Wendy, to my surprise, my mother, who was supposed to be watching my 2-year-old, is laying on the couch with her legs wide open, and my husband is on top of her. They both saw me, and everything has been awkward since then. Gee, everyone, do you think?
Wow.
Wendy, I don't know what to do. My mom has always been my best friend. As for my husband, he's staying with his mom. I need help. Well, it's time for divorce. I mean, you know, there's forgiveness in cheating depending on the situation. This would be one of those situations, much like getting AIDS, or HIV. You understand what I'm saying? Like, where's the forgiving in this? And your mom, you can put her way back there. It'll take years for this to turn around. And maybe time will heal that wound, because maybe your mother will be able to tell you things about him that you didn't. All right, your mother's a whore. Your mother's a whore. It's time for a divorce from your husband and your mother. But do the husband first. Divorce him. And you need your mom to watch your child. So unless you have a better plans for child care, just simply use her as the babysitter. Start calling her by her first name so she immediately knows you are no mother. Sharon. I need you to come up. You understand what I'm saying? Demote her. First name basis. Sharon. Or Susan, or whatever her name is. Shaquita, whatever. Demote your mother and start it with the title. And immediately divorce your husband. That's it. Let's talk about faith. Oh, boy. You got me mesmerized, girl. Hey, Todd. Hi, kids. Hi, Miss Wallace. Hey. Hey. Well, Faith tells how she lost 60 pounds and is keeping it off. Now, here are the words from her mouth. I forgot what magazine I tore this out of. I started losing weight 4 years ago. I just got to the point where I was ready. My highest weight was 192 pounds, and I'm 5'7". And now I'm about 132 pounds. I met with a trainer, and she's working for me. I do these stairs in Santa Monica. It's about 200 stairs. I go up and down them 15 times. I do the stairs about 4 times a week. And my kids, they do the stairs too. Traveling makes it hard, but when I'm on the road, I take weights and resistance bands. I tie the bands onto the doorknob and do arm exercises. I might occasionally have a cookie, but working out is the key for me. I never saw myself doing push-ups, but now I'll do 50 push-ups by the side of the stage. It feels good to know I can do it. Well, I do have to say, Faith does look fantastic. But my own personal opinion, she did diet, exercise, and plastic surgery. And that's it. And you can't tell me anything different. Now, this person right here is screaming at me in big writing. She heard that I was going to talk about Faith losing weight early. She says, Wendy, please report about Faith's liposuction of her inner and outer thighs and legs, in addition to her weight loss tips. See, because there are weight loss tips, just like I can give you weight loss tips, too. Let me tell you about LA weight loss. You know, you understand what I'm saying. You know me. Wendy, you never have ever mentioned this, and I heard Arista paid for this procedure, which was not a big secret. Is it true or not? Also, how did those breasts maintain through the pregnancy? As far as I'm concerned, once you get one thing done, in my book, you're open suspect to getting everything done. When I see Faith, I see a woman who's been through a lot. She battles her weight up and down, blah, 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 blah. I believe her about the steps. I believe her about the push-ups. I believe her about the resistance band. I believe she does all those things to help maintain what she's created between diet, healthy eating, and plastic surgery. That's it. She'll deny it, and that's fine. You know, that's fine. It's like Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox admits her plastic surgery, but I know damn well that Vivica Fox can kick a hole in the wall. You know, she exercises, she Taibos, but she also does the plastic surgery. It's not the biggest secret anymore, although some people choose to keep it a secret. You know. Faith, you look great, though. 132 pounds. I would have guessed that you weigh less than that. You got me mesmerized. Boom, 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 boom. It's one of my favorite joints on her CD. You don't know? Ow! What you did to me. All right, so Diddy, everybody, is about to announce his name change. Just as I'm getting fairly comfortable calling him Diddy, that Diddy, the first one that I just said, just rolled off my tongue. Normally, I always call him Puffy because I'm resisting all this. You know what I mean? I met you as Puffy. Don't change your name in mid-relationship. But, you know, give me the drum roll. Let me be as dramatic about it as he is. No, give me this just in and then the drum roll.
Okay.
Rap mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs will unveil his new name just in time for the upcoming MTV Video Music Awards at the end of August. How you doing? Maybe his new name will be Daryl. Well, here's what he says. He actually released a statement regarding the name.
Prince.
There will be an announcement 2 weeks from now to clarify what's going on with my name. That ranks right up there with the most important things in the life of this show.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did say that. Oh, you know that that Jimmy Henchman won that lawsuit against 50 Cent? Well, they're calling it a little setback for 50. Let me judge it. Go. Wait, how much time do I have, Goose?
You've got 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Oh, never mind.
I'm sorry, 2:45.
2, okay. There's a big difference there, Goose.
45
Excuse me?
No, you only got 30 seconds now.
What?
Goose said 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Who's been drinking?
Exactly. Chiefin'. Shout out to the Kush. I see what's going on. All right. Well, with just a matter of seconds left on the break, we're going to take that break. Jimmy Henchman's coming in. He's the one who won the lawsuit. I'll tell you what his victory is all about, and then I got a line of questioning for him. And then when he leaves, we're going to get back into, talking about the celebrities and whatnot.
He's here now.
Henchman's here?
Yep.
Okay, so he's in on the next break for the Hour of Truth. Keep it here.
Wendy, man.
I'm constantly sleeping with my baby's daddy. He is engaged to get married to someone else. Should I give it all up and say, well, I tried to have a relationship here?
You can't have a relationship. He's engaged to somebody else. He's about to get married. Really, I just can't take it.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
WBLS, New York.
I want to know what's up with Little Kim.
Please, more gossip, more gossip. You need to pick it up.
Wendy girl, who's the gay rapper?
Matter of fact, it's safe to say.
Rather controversial.
Controversy in the rap world.
This is what I know how to do, so I'm not playing.
I hear you.
Go hard or go home.
All right.
The ain't playing.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
A mess.
I hate traffic.
It's not a plane. It's a radio show. He's swirling his hands around like an air traffic controller. Let's bring Jimmy Henchman in here and get right down to business. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. This man has just got a big victory in court. July 20th, 2005, a federal court in Los Angeles denied 50 Cent's motion for an injunction against further distribution of the critically acclaimed CD that Henchman put out. Also refused 50's request to look at the books, basically.
Exactly.
To look at the money generated from this CD. Good to see you.
What's
All right.
up, Wendy? How you
All
doing?
right. So, Jimmy Henchman, everybody, is games manager.
Absolutely.
And his company is called, and Mario Winans manager. We just finished.
And Sharissa.
It's Sharissa. How's Sharissa doing?
Very well. She had a single that we just went to radio with, In Love with a Thug, featuring R. Kelly.
Yeah,
She's
wow.
looking for big things on that, definitely.
How's her love life, by the way?
I guess it's all right.
In love with a thug? Tell Mario I said hi, too.
Definitely.
I love him. Mario Winans gave me a very nice song for my CD that I am actually am on myself. All right, so Czar Entertainment is your company, Jimmy Henchman, and you're the big winner. So what does this mean financially? What does this mean? You just get this dude off your back or what?
You know what this means? This means that, regular people can put out things and under the First Amendment, we're allowed to exploit information and disperse it to the people without being told that we can't do that. And that, I think that's one of the things that 50 tried to do, was stop us from giving out the information that there was a guy named 50 Cent from Brooklyn.
Yes. Now, what is your relationship with the original 50 Cent?
Well, the only relationship is that me and him crossed paths while I was an adolescent, and he knew about me, I knew about him. We had a few words a few times, but that's really about it. But it was a pleasure to know a guy that I knew from adolescent, that I was able to document his life.
Right. And
he inspired the biggest name in rap as we knew it today.
How long is the DVD in question?
An hour and 20 minutes.
And is the 50 Cent the rapper? Is he a big germane part to this?
No, I mean, the only reason he's a big part is because the original 50 Cent influenced his whole rap style and what he rapped about. And that's the only thing.
Okay, so congratulations on your court victory. Now, Patricia Martin, who happens to be 50's very own aunt, the original 50's
50
aunt?
Cent, yes, absolutely.
The original 50 Cent's name, everybody, happens to be Kelvin.
Mm-hmm. Kelvin Martin.
Yeah. Related to Curtis Martin? That's Curtis Jackson. That's Curtis Jackson. Okay. All right. So Kelvin. So the Aunt Patricia had an issue with a headstone.
Yeah.
Tell about that briefly.
What had happened was that, like most kids in the ghettos, when they decease, they don't have money to buy headstones and things of that nature. And unfortunately, when Kelvin Martin, the original 50 Cent, died, he didn't have a headstone. So I went over to 50 and I asked them that the family want us to donate a headstone today. He had no plot on his grave. Wow. And 50 had agreed originally, and then he reneged on that promise to them. So Czar Entertainment and our affiliates just end up paying for it.
Geez, how much is a headstone? $1,000?
I mean, the one they wanted came out to more like $5,000 or so.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't nothing to not pay. You know what I mean?
To the memory of the man who
Exactly. And then the DVD, we show the headstone being placed on the gravesite in honor of the original 50 Cent.
How did he die?
With multiple gunshot wounds. In fact, what happened? What happened really was that he got shot and the poison from the bullets later on killed him. Like, he wasn't critical, he was doing better, and the doctors couldn't detect that he was poisoned, and then he eventually ended up dying from the poison.
All right, so how do we get this DVD?
It's in all towers, it's in it's all in all of the where you can buy DVDs.
Is it doing well?
It's doing very well.
Very good.
It's doing very well.
Very good.
And the reason why I'm happy that it's doing well is because the story of the original 50 Cent, we're able to document a person's life and then give a meaning behind it.
In a nutshell, for people who want to be enticed more to go out and get it, his life started in Queens?
No, his life is in Brooklyn. He's from Fort Greene, Brooklyn.
Tell just in 15 seconds, because you don't want to give the whole thing away, and I have other things I have to ask you about.
Absolutely.
So tell briefly about his life.
Well, he grew up in Brooklyn, struggling, poor, wanted the ghetto fame. It caught up to him, and he died like most people in the ghetto die, with no money, tombless. And the story, the meat of the story is that this happens, and then this can happen to you if you don't look out.
Okay, so it's available everywhere, everybody. And what is your relationship now with? All right, we're talking about 50 the rapper from this point out.
Absolutely.
And I'll address the deceased if I'm talking about him. What is your relationship now with 50 Cent?
There is none. It's nil. Like, there's no relationship.
How do you take your artists up to your record label where 50 Cent is the moneymaker, the big cheese, the head big kahuna, and how is that?
I mean, it all boils down to the money at the end of the day.
Okay.
It boils down to Jimmy Iovine is a businessman like all of us, and you got to look at it. If you had a 50 Cent in the game on your label, of course 50 may get a little bit of the edge, but at the end of the day, Game brings in some revenue too. So you don't shut Game out. So we play on it on that end. And
I was thinking for a moment there that this little legal thing between you and 50, and thus because it's you, then it's the 50 in the game again, that it could have been judged up by the record label. Keep the sales going. Negros, slabus, get out there.
I think it's more personal now, and we're really hoping that it gets better.
What is Game's obligation to Interscope? How many CDs or how many years? What is his obligation to them? He put out one CD. Nice.
Like most artists are signed to either from 5 to 7 albums. Most artists.
How many albums does he have done? Whether it's released or not is insignificant. How many songs? What's his catalog? Can he immediately put 3 out just to free himself?
Yeah, I mean, and it's up to the record company how fast they want to turn that dollar. They and if the people want to hear a Game record, they go by supply and demand. So if the demand is there, they're gonna put it out. They're gonna rush Game to put a record in, go in the studio and finish an album.
How hard is it? How hard was it? Because I'm sure at some point Jimmy Henchman's in the studio. You're a reasonable businessman, and I'm sure you made some phone calls to 50 the rapper about 50. The dearly departed.
Absolutely.
And let's get together, man. Let's talk about this. Why does it have to be so ugly? I thought we were some sort of family.
50 has his own way of dealing with his issues, and he dealt with me the same way he deals with all his other issues. He just didn't get on the phone. He don't like to deal with his issues face to face, and so I dealt with it. He told me to go to court, and that's what we end up doing. Going to court. I told him from in the beginning, and when I say I told him, I told Chris Lighty, his management, that he wouldn't win this one.
Yeah.
I think a lot of time corporates, when guys like me come from the streets and come into this kind of business, they think we're afraid to go to court and deal with those issues on the court level. But
ask Gerard, he won over Ashanti. Okay,
absolutely.
Ask them boys in East Orange. They're about to beat that Ludacris. I love Ludacris, but I heard the sounding of like, ask Beyonce, did she really write Baby Boy? What's up with that? The little guy is starting to be seen in court, and the court is starting
David and Goliath.
Yeah, that's right. Again, that's right. That's right. So, by the way, sidebar: is Jadakiss Rockefeller bound?
It look like.
I'm riding with him. I don't care where he is. I ride with him.
I love Jadakiss. I love Chic Luch and Styles P. I love that old crew.
How is the guy who was shot in front of Shot 97?
The Shot 97?
Yeah.
Well, he's all right. He's all right. He's in Compton. He's holding on. He's holding on. He's a little bit of.
He was shot where? Refresh us.
Twice in the thigh.
How did it go? When something like Game was in the radio station and wait, refresh that story, please. Don't make me go on the internet.
I wasn't here.
Please,
I wasn't there.
Up now.
No, I wasn't there. Truthfully, I was on my way to Los Angeles, and I don't think Game was there.
The point is that it was one of Game's boys.
Absolutely.
And I think he was coming out of the radio station with, I think, Game and the crew. Game might not have been there in the lobby, but he was somewhere around. And it was being alleged that it was 50 because this 50 Game thing goes back and forth and back and forth. One of the hangers-on was shot someplace that wasn't fatal, but he was shot.
Yeah.
Is the boy okay? Is he paralyzed?
No, he's walking. He's walking.
Is he still riding with the Game crew?
Yeah, absolutely. There's been some little disturbances, but everything's been worked out by now.
Do tell.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, the homeboys is gonna ask like, what happened? And so that got straightened
out.
The
homeboys back in Compton are looking at 50 like,
Absolutely.
What do we need to do?
Absolutely.
When is this going to stop?
I think we at the point where it stopped already.
Thank God. Clap.
I think we stopped already, and it's just, it's just when the verbal sparring gets a little more physical, that's when it gets a little more tricky.
So manager to manager, Chris Lighty, how you doing, Chris? I saw you in the airport. We said hi. He said hi. We said hi. Hey. How you doing? So Chris Lighty manages 50 Cent and you manage the Game. How do you men get along?
I get along with Chris well. Good. Chris get along with me, I think. Chris isn't really talkative that much, so.
There was protests outside of Violator. GU not. We reported it. The big old rat was out there in the whole bit.
Uh-huh.
What do you say your artist about that? And what do you say to Chris about that?
I mean, it is what it is. It's the same thing. What can he say to me when 50 sued me?
Hello. Exactly.
So, I mean, if he got protesters, at least it's protesters and not nothing else.
Yeah. I think I've extracted all the information that I needed from you. Sharissa's doing well. Mario Winans is doing well.
Brought you her
Game
record.
and 50, it looks like it might be at an end at this point.
I think no violence.
Game's not leaving Interscope anytime soon because he's got that 5 to 7 obligation.
He signed the Aftermath.
Right.
Absolutely.
Sure. All right. You and Chris Lighty get along well. So at the end of the day, you fellas can at least pull your artist into some sort of sense.
I think as long as me and Chris is on the same page, it knocks out a lot of the bull in between.
Yeah, but what if Chris and 50 and them are, trying to knock Game's budget down for his next CD?
G-Unit will not have anything to do with Game on the next album.
How do you know?
No, I know. It'll only be Dr. Dre and Game at that point. Absolutely.
If the two fellas were in a room, how do they get along? How do you think at this particular point?
I think time heals everything, so we should let time.
Do you think 50 will kiss Game on the cheek, like at the press conference? Or give him a $150 across the cheek? See, we got to let more time heal, right?
Or maybe do $150 running away. We never know.
Oh, well.
Hey.
All right, will you be easy? You know what I'm
saying?
Tell Game I said hello.
Definitely.
And, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And congratulations on your victory.
I'm so happy.
You're
for that
not
victory.
the underdog.
Little guys can win too.
You've got a name, but in terms of David and Goliath, you are David and you won.
Absolutely.
So congratulations to you.
Don't forget my Charissa R. Kelly.
I got my Charissa R. Kelly. In love with the thug. We need to check this out, y'all. Hey, you keep it where you got it. The phone lines are wide open. Jimmy Henchman is leaving the building, and we've got more gossip. Straight ahead on The Experience.
Wendy, man.
I just heard something about boy Game. Is there any truth to the rumor about him being on Changing Heart dating show or whatever?
Yeah, he said he was on it. He did what he did. Whatever. Okay.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Log on to WBLS.com in the community and proud to be nominated for the 2005 Marconi Award for Station of the Year by the National Association of Broadcasters. Thanks for your support. 107.5 WBLS.
And whether we win or not doesn't even matter. We are the little engine that could. Okay? Born here, ain't going nowhere. It's WBLS, everybody. 107.5. All right. How you doing? Hey, everybody. The 27th season of Celebrate Brooklyn continues with free concerts. Prospect Park Band Shell is the place to be. That's located on Prospect Park West and 9th Street. And this Saturday, July 30th, Morgan Heritage. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but that's the way. What is Morgan Heritage? That's a reggae.
Brooklyn's first family of reggae.
Oh, jeez. I hosted a reggae red carpet last night. And I talked to Beanie Man. And I talked to one of the guys from Stone Love. But when it gets too deep, I get lost. So Morgan Heritage is
Brooklyn's first family of reggae.
And they're apparently...
You remember Delroy Morgan?
I'll do anything for you.
His kids.
Oh, really? Morgan Heritage, Denroy Morgan. Oh, I get it. Now you've explained it so everybody understands. Well, it's going down in Brooklyn, everybody. On Saturday, July 30th, Denroy Morgan's kids. Morgan Heritage. For a full schedule of events going on as we celebrate the 107 days of summer, go to our website. That's probably the easiest thing to do at WBLS.com. I want to shout out to everybody over at Casa Dulce. You guys got the best cookies. And I gotten some the other day. I was talking about them on the radio, and I got this fax from this woman who says, Wendy, once I received my cookies, they were freshly packaged and decorated. I was really impressed at how moist they were. My family and I enjoyed them so much, we plan to order some more very soon. I got to tell you something. Like, cookies are a great thing to order for somebody. If you're saying thank you or whatever. I sent the crew from Good Day, Chris Galis and, Jody and all them. I sent them some casa-dulce.com cookies. I think they loved them. What I used to order for everybody is cookie bloomers. But they weren't as moist and as fresh. They put the cookies on a stem like 12 dozen, or like a dozen roses. But they weren't as fresh, and they just this joint right here. This is what I deal with now. So shout out to everybody at Casa Dulce. Just simply some nice people. The cookies are fresh and meaty and moist. Thank you so much. The Wendy Williams Comedy Experience happens tomorrow night at the Laugh Factory. It's Tuesday, but you can always think about Wednesday. Wednesday's tomorrow. Oh, and of course, that the show has an extra hour now. I don't leave at 6, I leave at 7, which I absolutely love. We call the extra hour the bonus hour, and then Vaughn Harper comes in with the Quiet Storm. So I got a lot of stuff planned for the bonus hour, but first we have to get through the rest of the show. So keep it where you got it. Got stories about Anna Nicole Smith, and more crap too. Usher and whatnot.
How you doing?
R. Kelly. Hit it again. You know what Nicole said?
How you doing?
Keep it here, everybody. The experience continues on 107.5 WBLS.
Sorry.
Now the claps.
Now the claps.
All right, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. Happy birthday. All right, I don't know if I like training Goose on the board as the show is actually going. Why are we operating this show like it's college radio?
No, it's rebuilding.
No, I can't. I don't want any rebuilding. Any excuse is better than none. A shout out to Lindsay. Lindsay wants to say happy birthday to her friend Barry Martin, who's celebrating his 32nd birthday today. Happy birthday, Barry. Happy birthday to everybody celebrating their birthday today. And Oh, the poll question. The results are in from yesterday's poll question. You know, in my home state of New Jersey, they're trying to pass, they're making an attempt at passing a law banning smoking in the car. And the question on the website was dealing with that and asking you, do you agree, yes or no? 10% of people said yes. 90% of people said no. Now, if you go to my website now, there's a new people poll question, the WendyWilliamsExperience.com. And the question is, so your teenager comes home and announces she's pregnant. Do you leave it up to her as to whether she's going to have the baby or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? And you can go to the website and give us a yes or no. Yeah, I say no also. Absolutely not. I see a few of you people. Huh? No, your decision? Excuse me? Although when we say teenager, we're also thinking 19, which is, you know, like a grown woman. In my mind, I'm thinking still in high school, like, you know, junior high, 12, you know, 13, 14, like that. Hell no, you don't make the decisions around here. Dear Wendy, don't you dare leave Faith alone. Please don't insinuate that Faith lost weight doing drugs. I hate to sound like a teenager, but I really like her. But who am I kidding? When I found out Whitney Houston was on drugs, I loved her even more. Woman, where were you in this conversation? I never said anything about Faith doing drugs. I said diet, exercise, and plastic surgery. Hello? Shout out to Radionista in New Jersey. Wendy, there was another lady at another radio station who won a 100 grand contest, and they sent her a 100 grand candy bar, and she's suing. What are you doing? It's not funny. Can't you work out the kinks on the overnight show? Why does it have to be working out crap on my show?
Two different animals. It's not. It's not.
Goose and what? What are you? He's a goose, and what are you?
A chicken. A bird. He's a bird. It's not there.
Oh, you all? Nick and Jessica are addressing the state of their marriage, and they say that it is indeed still on, that there's no truth, that she and Johnny Knoxville are going public with an affair and divorcing their spouses. A Simpson spokesperson says this is absolutely false. The entire story is a complete lie. All right. And it is. I'm glad, though, because I could see where Jessica Simpson would be a little hot in the pants at this particular point, but to be divorcing Nick, and the crazy part is the only problem I had was that she wasn't divorcing Nick and luxuriating and being a single woman, but that she was divorcing him only to get right back in another relationship, you know, all needy like. But good, because I know lots of people who take Nick off her hands if she don't want him. I had a celebrity spotting from Diane. She works at Time Warner Cable Media. She says, Wendy, I was just in the elevator with T-Boz and Chili, and they are just too damn shady. If I recall, they haven't had a hit since Left Eye left them. It's a shame. T-Boz said, I don't feel like being all bubbly for an interview. And Chili said, well, at least you ain't got nobody staring at you. Please. I guess they're referring to me and my coworkers. What the F to her? Anyhow, just thought I'd let you know. Well, thank you for that, celebrity spotting. Are you the girl? This just in. It seems that Michael Michelle's life is growing rockier by the day. Michael Michelle, you know, that's the one. Well, let me just continue. You know Michael Michelle, New Jack City. Poaching other women's men. Melba Moore, shout out to you. According to sources, she has dumped her boyfriend, the very married, with several kids, I might add, Jimmy Rodriguez, 7 months after giving birth to their son, and wants to get back together with her ex, actor Jeffrey D. Sams. Who, is that somebody's husband also, Michelle? I mean, Michael? Poacher. An anonymous friend of Michelle's told the magazine. Anytime you see an anonymous friend in my situation, most likely it's me telling Lisa Carnegie, my best friend, Lisa, call somebody and say something and be anonymous. Anyway, an anonymous friend told a magazine, Michael and Jimmy are 100% over. She's moved out of their house and is heartbroken. Michael's never been able to get Jeffrey out of her head and jumped at the chance to get back with him, even though it's never worked in the past. The former Kevin Hill actress admits to that anonymous friend earlier this year that she hoped for a reunion with Jeffrey, who Michael dated for 4 years. Well, let's see. Earlier this year, 7 months after the baby. Damn, her wound wasn't even closed up, and she's already trying to get with the next man. Oh. However, the Michael and Jeffrey were well known for a string of blazing fights during their relationship, told one anonymous person. On one occasion, things got so out of hand, the police were called and ended up issuing a citation for disturbing the peace. Well, who the hell hasn't been through that? Jimmy Rodriguez, that's the very married restaurateur who can't seem to pay his bills, has told our sources that he doesn't regret his relationship with Michael Michelle. Here's his quote. Obviously, I don't. It was hard, but I've got a wonderful son from the relationship with Michael. However, Michael's anonymous friend is worried that she's making a big mistake by breaking up with Rodriguez. Jimmy loves her unconditionally. Shut up. Why I hate when people say that about grown people. You love your parents unconditionally and you love your children unconditionally. You don't love one another unconditionally. There are conditions to your love. Like, for some people, the condition that you won't bring me warts. Uh-oh. The condition that you won't bring me HIV. Ooh. How about just the basic condition that you won't cheat?
There you go.
Won't lie.
Uh-oh.
Won't steal.
Uh-oh.
Won't kill. Won't get back on the block where I found you when I met you. Won't go back to corporate America because you promised me that you wanted to stay at home and have our kids. There are conditions. There are conditions to grown-ass people's relationships. I can't stand when grown people say that, oh, I love you, I love him unconditionally. No, there is a condition. There's a laundry list of conditions. You love your innocent, those little cherubs that you tuck in the bed at night. You love them under condition. And then when they grow up and they rob and they steal and they cheat and they kill, you still love them because you're the mother. That's unconditional love.
There you go.
That's all That's all I got to say. And you know what, Michael Michelle? Ain't no good gonna come to you until you get with somebody else's. Excuse me.
Your own man.
Yeah, your own man.
And first time we had sex, he could not get it up at all.
Maybe it's drinking. Is he a drug user? Does he take any depressants or anything?
No, nothing.
Maybe it's...
How you doing?